Taurus, a cosmic vibration trembles beneath your feet. After 8 years, something colossal is finally shifting. Have you felt the pressure building in your chest? The sense that life is rearranging itself behind the curtain? The strange silence before a revelation. A portal opens as Uranus prepares its final exit from your sign in 2026. Exactly as Baba Vanga foresaw for the earthbound souls, the quake before the coronation, the rupture before sovereignty. What's coming doesn't ask permission, and once it arrives, Taurus, your destiny will never bow again. Taurus, before we step into what Uranus is about to release in your life, let me ask you something essential, something that only your soul can answer. What happens inside you when the ground stops shaking? Who do you become when the chaos finally lets go? What version of you rises when the universe removes the weight you've carried for 8 long years? Because that is the doorway you are now standing in front of. You may not fully realize it yet, but something inside you has already begun to shift. Maybe it was subtle at first, a strange calm in the middle of tension, a moment of clarity during an emotional storm, a whisper inside your ribcage telling you, something is ending, but something greater is beginning. That whisper is right. For 8 years, Uranus has been the planet reshaping you from the inside out. 8 years of earthquakes, unexpected endings, sudden beginnings, identity shifts, emotional awakenings, internal battles, breakthroughs that look like breakdowns, and patterns collapsing faster than you could rebuild them. But now, Taurus, the cycle is in its final breath, and before Uranus leaves you for good in 2026, there is one last energetic quake, one last liberation, one final rupture meant not to break you, but to crown you. But let me stay with the mystery for a moment, because your spirit needs to feel the atmosphere of what's coming before understanding it. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That strange vibration in your chest, that pressure behind your thoughts, that feeling like something is about to happen but you can't name it. Is it fear? Is it anticipation? Is it recognition? Or is it the soul remembering that once the storm stops, the king returns to his throne? Because here is the truth you haven't fully said out loud. You've been surviving for so long that you forgot what it feels like to rule your own life. Uranus came to break chains you didn't even know you were wearing. But liberation rarely feels like liberation at first. It feels like chaos. And Taurus, you have lived through chaos wearing a calm face. You have held the ground beneath others while your own was crumbling. You have stayed loyal in storms that weren't yours. You have endured more change than any earth sign should have to face. But here's what the universe whispers now. You are done paying the price for everyone else's comfort. Let that sink in, because this is the beginning of your sovereignty. Before Uranus leaves, it shows you a mirror, one that reveals the truth no one else dared to say. You were never meant to stay small. You were never meant to carry the weight of what others refused to heal. You were never meant to shrink your fire for the sake of peace. There is a part of you that's been asleep for years, a power that dimmed itself to survive, a voice that stayed quiet out of love, guilt, or habit. But now, the universe turns the lock. Taurus, something inside you is waking up, and once awakened, it will not go back to sleep. Uranus doesn't exit quietly. Its final step out of your sign in 2026 comes with a pulse, a tremor, a release so profound that you may feel it in your bones before you understand it with your mind. Let me ask you something that might shake you. What if the version of you that's emerging now is the one you were supposed to be all along? Not the one shaped by duty, not the one shaped by circumstance, not the one shaped by survival, but the sovereign, the crowned one. The Taurus, who knows their worth so deeply that the world must respond to it. Your life is not falling apart. Your identity is not collapsing. Your foundation is not breaking. You are molting, shedding, releasing, reclaiming. And yes, something big is approaching, something that was always meant to be yours, but you cannot receive it wearing the old skin. Uranus removes what you outgrew, destiny returns what you were denied, and your soul decides who you become next. This is not the end. This is the corridor before your coronation. But now, Taurus, now comes the decree that seals this energy inside you. Taurus, write this decree in the comments to activate your sovereignty. I reclaim my crown. What leaves me frees me. What comes to me completes me. Feel the words. Let them settle in your chest like a key turning in a cosmic lock. And remember, if this message resonated with your soul, leave your hype on this video, subscribe, like, share, and if your heart feels it, become a member of the channel. Every hype you give strengthens this energy, helps this space grow, and carries this light to others who need it. I want you to pause and be honest with yourself for a moment. Have you noticed that you've become more sensitive lately? Not in a weak way, but in a perceptive, intuitive, almost prophetic way. Little things that never bothered you now feel heavy. Details you used to overlook now stand out like bright warnings. People's energy has become louder than their words. Your body reacts to situations before your mind understands why. Your instincts speak in a language you're suddenly able to hear. This is not coincidence. This is not stress. This is not imagination. This is Uranus preparing to exit your sign and activating the last layer of the transformation it began 8 years ago. You are feeling the pre-departure tremor. And here's the part that most astrologers never say. When Uranus is about to leave a sign, the soul becomes hyper-aware of what is no longer aligned. This awareness is not comfortable. It shakes you from the inside. It opens your eyes in ways you didn't ask for. And it pushes you to confront truths you didn't want to face. So let me ask directly, what truth is trying to reach you right now? What reality have you been sensing beneath the surface? Who or what feels different, even if nothing has visibly changed? Because the soul knows, and it has been signaling through your sleep, your mood, your intuition, your sudden irritations, your physical sensations, your need for space, your urge to shift direction. This is the internal quake, the silent unraveling. What your energy is rejecting. Before Uranus leaves, it does something very specific. It detaches your soul from anything that was built in fear, obligation, or outdated identity. You've already started feeling this. Something you used to tolerate now feels unbearable. A situation that once felt safe now feels tight. A relationship you carried on your back is suddenly too heavy. A habit you defended now feels meaningless. A role you played for years now feels false. Is it confusing? Yes. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely. Is it random? Never. Your energy is rejecting what cannot enter the next chapter. And here is the mystical secret almost no one talks about. Your future is pulling you harder than your past is holding you. That's why you feel restless. That's why you feel done without knowing why. That's why you feel the urge to clean, reorganize, cut ties, withdraw, or rethink everything. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. The mind-heart split, the inner conflict before liberation. There is a moment in every Taurus awakening, a moment where your mind says one thing, but your heart whispers another. Your mind says, be reasonable. Stay where it's safe. Don't disrupt anything. But your heart has begun to pulse with a frequency too loud to ignore. Have you felt this split lately? That tension between staying and leaving, between peacekeeping and truth-speaking, between loyalty and self-respect, between comfort and destiny? This is the friction of Uranus loosening the final chains. You are not indecisive. You are evolving, and evolution never feels linear. The mirror moment. Someone's behavior reveals everything, Taurus. There is someone in your life whose energy has shifted toward you, and even if they haven't said a word, you feel it. You feel the distance, the tension, the hesitation, the curiosity, the pressure, or the change in their emotional temperature. Uranus exposes truth through others. It shows you Who is aligned? Who is threatened by your growth? Who is secretly inspired by you? Who has outgrown the connection? Who is hiding something? Who wants something more? Who cannot follow you into the next chapter? Part 2 opens your intuitive sight. Pay attention to the tone of someone's voice, the hesitation before their answers, the sudden kindness, the sudden coldness, the unexpected silence, the accidental truth, the slip of emotion, the message that arrives at the wrong time. None of it is random. Your soul is reading what their soul is broadcasting. The emotional shed, the release that precedes your rebirth. There is something you have not cried yet, something you have not admitted yet, something you have not released yet, something you have not forgiven yourself for yet, something you have not stopped carrying, but you will. Uranus always extracts the last emotional weight before freedom. And Taurus, you are carrying something that was never your burden to hold. What is it? Guilt? Loyalty to someone who didn't honor you? Fear of disappointing others? The pressure to be the strong one? A past mistake you refuse to release? A version of yourself you outgrew? What is the thing you keep dragging behind you? Because the final quake will rip it off your back, not to punish you, to free you. The sovereign rising, the identity that is emerging within you. This is the part of the transformation that most Taurus don't see coming. As Uranus prepares to exit, your inner identity begins to rise. The real you, the sovereign you, the version of you who makes decisions from power, not fear, from truth, not obligation, from self-worth, not scarcity. Let me ask you something that might shock you. When was the last time you made a decision purely for yourself, without compromise, justification, or guilt? That version of you is coming back, but stronger, sharper, wiser, more intuitive, more aligned, more sovereign. This is the Taurus who was forged through 8 years of storms. This is the Taurus who returns crowned. This is the part where the universe reveals the blueprint, the reason behind everything you endured, everything you outgrew, everything that broke, everything that changed, and everything that is now rising. Before we begin, center your breath, because what you're about to read may hit you so deeply that you'll feel it in your solar plexus, not in your mind. This is where Uranus begins to speak, not through chaos anymore, not through shock, but through activation. There are 3, and each one is inevitable. Activation 1, the collapse of the false self Taurus. Tell me honestly, who did you become because you had no choice? What parts of you were shaped by survival instead of desire? What personality traits were molded to keep peace rather than express truth? Because the first activation is brutal in its honesty. Uranus dismantles every identity you built just to belong, to stay, to be accepted, to avoid conflict, to protect someone else, or to fulfill expectations you never agreed to. This collapse doesn't happen outside, it happens inside. You stop tolerating certain behaviors. You can't force yourself to act normal anymore. You suddenly feel disconnected from what used to define you. You no longer resonate with certain roles or labels. You feel an urgent need for authenticity. You crave a life that feels like yours, not borrowed. It's not a crisis of identity. It's the truth of identity rising. Have you noticed it? That strange discomfort with your own past choices. That feeling of, I'm not that person anymore. That internal voice whispering, you were never meant to stay this small. Taurus. This is the shedding, the moment when the false skin peels away to reveal the sovereign beneath. You are not losing yourself. You are finally meeting yourself. Activation 2, the disruption of your complacency field. This is the activation almost no one recognizes until it hits. Taurus, you are a creature of steadiness. Your superpower is consistency, but consistency becomes a cage when life demands evolution. For 8 years, Uranus shook your foundation again and again because you needed to break a pattern, the pattern of staying where your soul had already left. And now, in this final stretch, the disruption hits differently. It becomes quieter, more precise, more surgical, more psychological. It shows up as restlessness with your current routine, boredom that feels spiritual, not emotional, an urge to relocate, redesign, restart, reinvent, a sudden clarity of what you can't pretend anymore, a discomfort with comfort itself, a desire for something bigger, truer, freer, a craving for expansion you can't suppress. Let me ask you something dangerous. What part of your life feels too small now? What are you pretending is fine when your soul knows it's not? What dream have you? Buried under responsibility? What path keeps calling you even when you ignore it? This is the activation of movement. Uranus prepares your energy to step into a timeline where you no longer betray yourself to maintain stability. You're not meant to stay where you outgrew your soul, and deep down, you already know exactly what needs to change. Activation 3. The return of the crown. This is the activation that completes the cycle. Taurus, for 8 years, Uranus destabilized every structure around you. Not because the universe wanted to punish you, not because destiny wanted to test you, but because you cannot crown a soul that still kneels. And you have been kneeling for too long, kneeling to expectations, kneeling to roles, kneeling to the past, kneeling to fear, kneeling to love that didn't choose you with the same intensity, kneeling to the need to be the strong one for everyone. Uranus removes the chains so that sovereignty can return. This activation appears suddenly, almost shockingly, as a surge of confidence, a decision you can't postpone anymore, a no that liberates you, a yes that opens your future, a realization that changes everything, a moment where you reclaim your authority, a refusal to carry what isn't yours. You become unapologetic, not in arrogance, in alignment. You stop asking permission to exist. You stop shrinking to keep others comfortable. You stop accepting less because of fear of losing more. This is not ego. This is self-recognition. The crown is not symbolic. It is energetic. It is the return of your self-worth, your vision, your direction, your identity, your spiritual authority. Taurus, the universe is not giving you a crown. It is returning the one you lost while surviving, because you are not stepping into power. You are returning to it. Why these 3 activations matter? Because once they complete, something irreversible happens. You cannot go back to your old life. Not emotionally, not spiritually, not mentally, not vibrationally, and certainly not energetically. This is the moment where people begin treating you differently. You stop tolerating what drained you. New opportunities begin appearing. Destiny accelerates. Clarity sharpens. Old cycles dissolve. Your intuition becomes razor sharp. Your heart stops accepting crumbs. Your soul demands space. The universe responds. This is the alignment that precedes the freedom of 2026. This is the awakening of the sovereign Taurus. This is the moment your life begins to match your frequency. Taurus, now we enter the territory where your life begins to reshape itself in ways you can no longer ignore. This is the phase where the universe no longer whispers, it rearranges. Where truth no longer hides, it emerges. Where cycles no longer stretch, they snap. And it all happens because Uranus, the planet of disruption, liberation, and destiny-shifting evolution, is preparing to leave you for the first time in 8 years. But Taurus, before we talk about the blessings, we must speak about the breaking, not breaking that destroys, breaking that reveals, not breaking that punishes, breaking that frees, not breaking that hurts, breaking that opens the door you refuse to walk through. Let me ask you something intimate. What has been cracking quietly in your life? What structure no longer feels stable? What connection no longer feels mutual? What habit no longer feels aligned? Where do you feel the universe pulling you away even if you resist? Don't answer with your mind, answer with your energy, because your soul has been signaling the truth long before your ego was ready to admit it. 1. What breaks? The last fracture before freedom. Everything that is built on fear, duty, guilt, obligation, outdated agreements, or emotional exhaustion will begin to fracture. Not because you failed, but because you evolved. Look closely. Has a relationship grown quiet in a strange way? Has someone's energy shifted, even if they haven't said anything? Have you become aware of an imbalance you once tolerated? Do your emotions react more strongly to disrespect or neglect? Do you feel a pull away from a situation you used to cling to? This is not loss. It is revelation. The universe is showing you who can walk with you into the next timeline and who cannot. Some people will begin to fade out because your vibration no longer matches theirs. Some commitments will fall apart because they were held together by your effort alone. Some responsibilities will slip away because they were never yours to carry. Taurus, don't fight the unraveling. Don't force what is already dissolving. Don't rescue what the universe is trying to release. Ask yourself, why hold on to something that breaks every time you stop holding it together? Because here is the hidden truth of this phase. What breaks now was breaking you. 2. What stays? The foundations your soul can finally trust. Once the unnecessary begins to fall away, something beautiful happens. The people, paths, and energies that truly belong to you remain. Not because you chase them, not because you negotiate for them, not because you fight for them. They remain because they resonate. Pay close attention to who becomes more present, who becomes more honest, who becomes more supportive, who becomes more consistent, who becomes more aligned, who shows up without being asked, who speaks from their heart, not their fear. These are the souls meant to continue with you. This is the circle that strengthens, not drains. This is the bond that deepens, not fractures. This is the foundation that grows, not collapses. Taurus, you have been surrounded by people who depended on your steadiness for years. But now the universe is sending you those who match your steadiness with their own. Let me ask you, who feels safe in the silence? Who feels peaceful in your presence? Who feels real? Who feels like home? Those are the souls staying, and they will walk with you into the new era that begins when Uranus leaves your sign. 3. What rises? The power you forgot you had. This is the part most Taurus never expect. After years of internal storms, something rises in you, something ancient, powerful, and sovereign. It is the version of you that Uranus has been carving out this whole time. You will feel it before you understand it. A sudden surge of confidence, a refusal to tolerate disrespect, a decision made without hesitation, a new vision for your life, a calling too strong to ignore, a desire to expand, move, build, express, a return of ambition, a return of creativity, a return of authority, a return of self-respect. It will feel like waking up inside your own life again. Have you felt it rising already? That quiet fire in your chest when someone crosses a line? That surge of clarity when you think about the future? That whisper telling you you are meant for more? That instinct to change something now, not later? That is your sovereignty returning. Uranus didn't come to break you. It came to break the cages you didn't know you were in. You are becoming uncontainable, unshakable, unmistakably yourself, and the world will feel it. Because here is the truth no one prepared you for. When a Taurus rises, the entire environment shifts, not by force, by gravity. The emotional peak, the moment everything becomes undeniable. There will be a day, soon, not months from now, when the shift becomes so palpable that you cannot unfeel it. A moment when someone's true intentions become obvious. A situation can no longer continue as it is. You reach the limit of what you can carry. The past loses its emotional hold. Your intuition becomes undeniable. The universe rearranges something for you. You feel an internal click of destiny aligning. This is the point where your life path tilts. This is the moment you step through the doorway. This is the moment your crown returns, not metaphorically, energetically. And Taurus, you will feel it. A calm certainty, a grounded confidence, a deep knowing that you're not the same person you were even 6 months ago. Let me ask something powerful. Are you willing to receive the version of your life that matches who you are becoming, not who you used to be? Because that life is approaching you now. The alignment before 2026. Everything shifts into place. What breaks, stays, and rises in this phase sets the stage for the final revelation. When Uranus leaves your sign, it does not leave you empty-handed. It leaves you upgraded. Your intuition becomes sharper, your emotional boundaries become stronger, your sense of direction becomes clearer, your path becomes wider, your identity becomes unshakable. Everything in your life begins to match your frequency, not your fears. This is the chapter where destiny accelerates. This is the chapter where your soul takes command. This is the chapter where the life you truly want begins to reveal itself. And Taurus, you are ready. More ready than you ever realized. Taurus, you've walked through the quake, through the shedding, through the awakening, through the rupture, through the truth. And now you stand on the threshold of something sacred, a moment that very few signs ever experience in their lifetime. The moment a planet that shaped you for 8 years finally releases you. This is not an ending. This is a coronation. And the life that begins after this moment is not an extension of your past. It is the beginning of an entirely different timeline. So let me ask you something powerful. What does freedom feel like when you've never truly experienced it? What does self-authority feel like after years of surviving? What does destiny feel like when it finally turns its face toward you? Because that is what's coming. And part 5 reveals the shape of that new life. The final unlocking. Your soul steps out of the cage. There is a truth that very few people understand about Taurus. You don't resist change because you're stubborn. You resist it because your heart loves deeply, commits fully, and stays loyal even when it hurts. But this time, the universe isn't asking you to hold anything together. It is asking you to step out of the cage you didn't realize you were in. Do you feel it? That strange calm in the middle of uncertainty, that sense that the worst is behind you, that intuitive knowing that something is finally shifting. This is the final unlocking. The moment when your past loses emotional power, your fears stop dictating your choices, your intuition becomes louder than old memories, your energy stops chasing what doesn't chase you, your heart reopens in a new, stronger way. Taurus, you are stepping out of the version of yourself shaped by survival. For the first time in years, your soul is breathing without weight. The return of self-worth. You stop accepting crumbs. You may have noticed it already. You tolerate less. You question more. You expect better. You see clearly. You refuse excuses. You demand authenticity. You stop shrinking. You stop apologizing. This is not ego. This is self-worth. And with Uranus exiting your sign, your self-worth returns with a force you can't ignore. Let me ask you, why did you settle for so little? Why did you carry so much? Why did you silence your truth? Why did you protect everyone but yourself? Because you were surviving. Now you are not. You are rising. And when a Taurus rises, they no longer accept halfway love, halfway effort, or halfway commitments. Your heart is entering a new timeline, one where it chooses only what chooses it back. The realignment of your destiny, the shift that changes everything. Here is the mystical part. When a planet like Uranus leaves your sign, fate rearranges your life so quickly that it feels like reality is bending around you. Doors open, people appear, synchronicities explode, opportunities accelerate. Connections align, old paths dissolve, new territory emerges. It feels like gravity changes direction, because it does. Your destiny pulls you instead of you chasing it. Let me ask you, have you felt a strange attraction toward a new path? A curiosity you can't explain? A desire that keeps returning? A feeling that something bigger is calling your name? That calling is not imagination. It is your future self reaching back through time. And now, you're finally ready to meet them. The release of what was never yours, the emotional purge. Before a crown can return, old identities must die. Uranus completes its cycle by releasing you from burdens you were never meant to carry. Shame that wasn't yours, guilt that wasn't yours, responsibilities that drained you, loyalty that limited you, emotional weight inherited from the past, roles you outgrew years ago, relationships held together only by your effort, dreams that belonged to an older version of you, and suddenly, without warning, something inside you snaps, not in pain, but in liberation. That moment when you say, I can't stay in places that break me. I can't carry this anymore. I deserve more. I'm done shrinking. My spirit wants something else. I choose myself. This is not selfish. This is destiny. And choosing yourself is the act that activates your next timeline. The return of the crown, the sovereign within you awakens. Now we enter the sacred part of this chapter. Taurus, you have been bowed by life for too long, bent under pressure, bent under expectations, bent under constant change, bent under emotional labor, bent under karmic weight, but the universe never intended for you to kneel forever. And when Uranus leaves your sign, something ancient awakens inside you, a memory in your soul that says, you were not born to serve. You were born to lead, not through force, through presence, through stability, through vision, through grounded power, through truth. This is your coronation moment. The world begins to respond to you differently. People respect you, people listen to you, people seek your presence, people follow your lead, people feel your energy shift, people sense your sovereignty. You begin walking differently, breathing differently, speaking differently, choosing differently, and life bends to match your frequency. Taurus, the crown is not placed on your head, it rises from within you. The life that begins now, your 2026 timeline. Once Uranus leaves your sign, your life becomes simpler, clearer, and more aligned. You stop chasing what was never yours. You stop fighting battles that don't matter. You stop clinging to the past. You stop settling. You stop fearing change. And instead, you create a life that matches your soul. You manifest from power, not desperation. You attract relationships aligned with truth. You make decisions from clarity, not survival. You step into opportunities that elevate you. You become magnetic to abundance and recognition. This is the chapter where you become the person you were always meant to be. The Taurus who leads, the Taurus who rises, the Taurus who reigns, the Taurus who walks with unshakable dignity, the Taurus who no longer bends, because the throne was always yours. You simply had to outgrow the version of you that was afraid to sit on it. Taurus, your old life is ending, your true life is beginning, and the crown returns, not as a gift, but as a memory of who you truly are.